What's up guys, and welcome to yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about wireless noise cancelling headphones. Now, this product category has arguably produced some of the most sought after products within the headphone industry in the last couple of years. So we have some real competition. These are the Sony WH-1000XM3s, which despite the bad name, as many tech reviewers have pointed out, they were touted as the best wireless headphones of 2019, which is quite the title given the competition. You see the Bose QC35s, which were pretty much the gold standard for noise cancelling headphones, the Bose 700s, as well as the Microsoft Surface 3 headphones, which were just released recently. So some real competition, but in my opinion, these still grab the title the best wireless noise cancelling headphones you can buy in 2020. Now, I've had these for about 6 months now, which has been a good amount of time for me to use them extensively to figure out whether or not these live up to the mark and still sort of warrant that title of the best headphones you could buy this year. And they aren't perfect by any means. They still have their fair share of issues, which we'll go through during the course of this video. So yeah, let's get straight to the review. Now, looking at the build quality, these headphones are super light, have decent overall padding that translates to comfortable long-term wear. So pretty much ideal for travelers or even artists who engage in long studio sessions. In terms of overall design, we've seen a couple of changes from the previous edition of these headphones, ranging from the USB-C charging port as well as a couple new buttons. So very familiar look overall for these pair of headphones. Nothing drastic in terms of design. The chassis features a hard plastic design with a soft touch material, making them feel a lot more premium. And we also get a stereo mini jack input as well as USB-C for charging. These headphones can be used with a wired connection that doesn't consume the battery, although they just don't make use of active noise cancelling and won't sound as loud when they're turned off. So irrespective of whether you're using these wired or wireless, make sure the headphones are actually turned on if you want to make use of active noise cancellation, which you should. Now, in addition to these features, you actually have touch control functions on the side of the headphones to control your volume, play and pause, and skip or go to the previous track. Now, they're somewhat intuitive, but I'm actually not a massive fan of these touch controls, and I'd much rather have physical buttons or just use my device to control my music. There are times where your swipes could just register incorrectly, prompting you to skip a track as opposed to pause, or just not have anything happen at all, given that there's just no tactile feedback. But it's a handy feature nonetheless, and it works fine once you get used to it. You also have a button that allows you to switch between sound profiles, going from ambient sound, which is essentially a transparency mode allowing you to listen to certain noises in the background, all the way to active noise cancelling. Now, when these headphones first came out, people were reporting issues with the touch functions and how they would start acting out in colder temperatures. So if you do live in a relatively cold area, chances are you would have witnessed your headphones sort of having a mind of its own and skipping or playing tracks willingly, which is a pretty big issue. I've actually never run into this issue personally. I live all the way in the East Coast, and the winters here tend to get pretty bad at times, so thankfully it hasn't happened to me. But Sony managed to include a firmware update through their app that allows you to enable or disable this feature willingly if this is something that you are concerned about. Now, another tiny issue I found with this pair of headphones was the actual Bluetooth connection setup, which just isn't as fluid and seamless as some of the other options out there, like the AirPods Pro. And the W2 chip integration just makes your life so much easier, and the entire connection process just seems a lot more seamless and a lot more user-friendly. So that's one tiny sort of complaint I have. But again, I'm really being picky here when it comes to the overall user experience. But again, this isn't something that's major by any means. But how exactly do they sound? Now, these pair of headphones have the best active noise cancellation in the market, period. They are terrific for filtering out constant background noises with even frequencies, such as engines from airplanes or any form of public transport. This is without a doubt the ideal pair of headphones for someone who travels or commutes a lot. What these headphones aren't for, however, are blocking out human noises or loud bangs, any sound that simply isn't consistent. And that's expected, since active noise cancellation just isn't for blocking out the outside world, but making the overall listening experience a lot more refined by filtering out more consistent background noises. Now, in terms of sound quality, these definitely were designed for sound freaks or audiophiles. They have a relatively flat profile with an emphasized bass, emphasized yet refined, as well as slight peaks in the mids, which are sometimes overwhelmed by that bass for certain tracks. But they're good. They're good for the casual listener, and they deliver some pretty punchy sound that's good enough for people who want a good listening experience while commuting. And as someone who isn't an audiophile by any means, this is the perfect pair of headphones for me. Now, as far as the quality of the microphone, these are actually fairly underwhelming, and they just don't have the quality that is good enough for taking or receiving phone calls. So you're better off just using your phone or another audio device like the AirPods or another pair of headphones or earphones. These don't do a great job in that department, but it's fine because I don't anticipate too many people using these when taking or receiving calls. Comfort-wise, these are some of the most comfortable pair of over-ear headphones I've owned, with the padding allowing for some pretty long sessions. But there are a couple of times where I found that they could actually heat up your ears if you wear them continuously for hours, but they're honestly perfect for most listening sessions. The battery life, as advertised on these headphones, is approximately 30 hours, which sounds about right. I haven't had any issues with the battery life, and the USB-C charging feature allows for some pretty brisk charging as well, which is always an added bonus. So as I said in the beginning of this video, this is my favorite wireless headphones, and it reigns supreme in pretty much every category, edging out the Bose QC35s, the Bose 700s, as well as the Microsoft Surface 3 headphones in comfort, as well as active noise cancellation. So I definitely recommend them. Now, if you're interested in buying them, they're actually on sale at the time of this video, and you can go ahead and check the Amazon link for them down in the description box. They run in at about $278, which is down about 21%. So definitely grab them on Amazon if you're considering buying them. It still comes in at a fairly hefty price tag, but if your budget allows for it, they're definitely worth the purchase. But that's it for me. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.